Hey everyone. I took the weekend. I have thoughts, I have feelings. Um and uh, and we're gonna talk about some of those, and I'm also gonna talk about things you can do to help, hopefully, help us get more show, more seasons. All right. I'm gonna try and do this without being really horrible and inappropriately used language, but if you weren't aware, on Friday Amazon and Sony decided to cancel the Wheel of Time and ended with, according to Deadline, closure for with the end of season 3, which is just crap. Like, there ain't no closure there for nobody, for nothing. So yeah. Uh Obviously I found out on Friday. Um and it was gut-wrenching, mate. Like, I was I mean, I didn't think we were going to get a renewal that would throw, like, here's 5 more seasons, have the 8 that Rafe wanted. I wasn't being stupid. I was like, it's Amazon. It's all this is money, algorithms, all that shit. And I thought they'll give us another season. That season was insanely good. It was, stay with me here. This is an important fact. The highest rated season of fantasy television in 11 years. 11 years. Like, the 4th season of Game of Thrones was the last time anything in fantasy was rated that high. Like, where's the fucking logic? You know? And then the article says they're still pushing for Emmys. And I'm like, yay! Let's get Emmys for a show we decided to cancel. Like, I don't get the logic. It's like, if you don't have any faith in the show, fucking don't. I want cast and crew to get recognition at Emmys and all those sorts of things. They deserve them. All right. But I don't understand the logic of saying, like, yeah, this show's so amazing, we're going to push it for awards and cancel it at the same time. Like, okay, I'm definitely ranting already. Sorry, folks. Oh, I don't get that logic. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. It's like, you know, it's like burning food and then garnishing it. Why are you serving me burnt food in the form of a cancellation and then garnishing it thinking that's good? Like, the chef gave you Michelin star food. Between giving it to you and giving it to us, you're like, I'm gonna burn it on the way. But don't worry, sir, when I get there, I'm gonna garnish it nice and pretty for you with an Emmy. Like, I know you need to make money. Well, quote, need to make money. Amazon, like Bezos and that, you got more money than God. You put a $500 million project, Rings of Power, which is crap. Absolutely crap. I tried to do reactions, which I've tried to do here and there just in general about shows and things that I need to get into doing properly. But I watched the first season and I tried to do reactions. And I have a 3-episode rule. If I'm not engaged, at least like curious that I want to watch it here and there, by the end of the 3rd episode, I give up. I'm just like, I'm not wasting my time. It's Lord of the Rings of Power. I was just like, I'll give it an extra episode because I wasn't feeling it at all by the end of the 3rd. We got to the end of the 4th. I'm like, what am I doing? Why am I recording my reaction and editing them? So I was like, maybe there's some hope. Some shows don't do well in their first season. You got to get in there. You got the rhythm defined. Everyone needs to get, both on and off the camera. You need to learn how to work together. All those things. I get that. So I was like, I've done 4. There's only 4 more. I'll finish it. And I got to the end and I was like, I just wasted all that time. I've not watched the 2nd. And people try to convince me it gets better in the 2nd. And now I hear the end of the second was just as bad. It's crap, you know? So kudos to the Tolkien estate for getting it written in the contract that they would make 5 seasons, which I'm assuming if they don't and they cancel it, they have to pay some kind of monetary fee in a penalty or something like that. That's my assumption. I don't have any knowledge about that whatsoever. Obviously, I've not seen any of the contracts, but I do know from a source that they were told 5 seasons and you can buy it, and so that's what they're doing. But like, you're spending hundreds of millions on that show, you know, and Wheel of Time doesn't make you enough money. Okay, so we'll cancel the amazing show that does make money, but not enough, and continue with the crap show that only makes you money because you're milking an established fandom out of it. That's what television and movies are these days, milking established fandoms. Let's do remakes, okay? That's what Disney's doing. Let's stretch things out as far as you can go. That's what they're doing with Star Wars. Some of it's good. I haven't seen all of it, but I know some of it is crap because they've just stretched out to make the money, and it's happening everywhere. A House of Dragon and whatever bloody spin-off they're doing for the guy who can't even finish writing a fucking book. He's had, what, 20 years or something at this stage now? I don't know how long he's had, but God damn it, he's never going to finish that book. He's like the opposite of Brandon Sanderson. Brandon's like, I churn out a book a day, and I don't. Anyway, different rant. Yeah, it's just all of that. Let's just, and here's Wheel of Time, which it's the best. It's the best. That's not me being a super fan. I know what I'm surrounded by right here. I know what I set up a convention for it. I know I'm a massive fan. But objectively, it's fucking amazing. I have a guy I work with who doesn't watch fucking fantasy shows. He's obsessed with it. He loves it. I'm like, it's objectively the best. 97%. The highest rated fantasy in 11 years. The second highest rated show, full stop, this year on television. Okay. Behind Severance, which I haven't watched yet, but I've known multiple people have watched it, and it just blows everything out of the water. That's, like, I'm pissed. I'm really pissed. I've had to take the entire weekend. I've barely touched socials. I made a video about this. I think a reel I put up on Instagram and TikTok, and I posted a little bit. At the convention, we put out a message because Malkirikon will go on no matter what, people. As we sit there, you are among the Borderlanders, and we do not yield, and we will not be yielding. But I had to take the weekend. I had a season 3 rewatch planned on Saturday. Brand new guests that we've never seen on live streams from various social medias and online, magazines and things like that. And it was just, reactors and such. And it was a great stream. I was like, I can't. But yeah, I'm here now. I'm sorry. Whew, apparently I really needed to get that rant out. That felt quite cathartic. Okay. But that's not just the purpose of today, folks. What the other thing I want to do, I want to come and share things with you about how you can help the campaign that's been put together to hopefully save Wheel of Time. So if you weren't familiar, there was, during the season, a campaign started by a group of fans called Renew Wheel of Time. Renewal was the hashtag. That's what my live watch party was for. It was part of that. Obviously, we planned it prior to the news. I didn't throw that together Friday afternoon. And, the idea was to show appreciation to Amazon and Sony for what they've made, and to, say, yes, please, we'd love some more. It's a great story. It deserves to be finished. Please, please, please. And, there was a petition, and, the hashtag drives and all sorts of things like that. They have pivoted. It's the word I couldn't find the other day when I was trying to describe this to someone. They have pivoted to hashtag Save What. And we are, I'm not part of it. I say we, I'm not part of it yet. Like, I help out here and there. But the campaign now is to save Wheel of Time, and to, through a range of actions, hopefully encourage another studio to pick it up. So where do we actually sit? I know a couple of things. Sony, there's a rumor, and this is a rumor. There's no substantial evidence or anything behind this, but like Sony want to kind of get out of the TV game, but Sony own the rights to the books. Okay, they bought them from Red Eagle or released them, however that works. I don't know. I'm assuming at least might be a buy, probably at least. And then they partnered with Amazon to make the television show. So Sony kind of like want to get out of the TV game. That's the rumor that's running around in the zeitgeist. No idea if that's true or not. I do know from various sources that Amazon were like, we need to make it cheaper. So they were like 6 episodes a season, and we're going to slash your budget a bit as well, like quite a bit, as much as like a third. There was a couple of people quoted that number of me, and I was like, so Sony kind of don't want to make it, according to the rumors. Be very clear about that. And Amazon, I was just like, we do want to make it, but we want to make it on the cheap. So I'm not sure either if that made for a good situation. So in a teeny tiny way, I'm glad they were like, nah. But it leaves Sony with currently the rights in however form they've gotten them. Now, whether they go back to Red Eagle, iWatt, whatever they're called these days, or whether Sony can sell them on, I don't know. Again, I'm not in that, so I don't know. But the hope is we can get another studio interested. So let's talk studios first, folks. Obviously, you've got things like Netflix. And for me personally, Netflix, they cancel everything left, right, and center. I mean, just think back to Chaos. Wildly appreciated show. Loads of people raved about it. It had like 2 episodes out, 3 episodes out. Everyone was like, something like that. Or no, Netflix released it all at once, didn't they? I forget. I only watch reruns of stuff on Netflix. I'm really bad for it. That's the only reason I put up with Netflix is because I'm like, I just watch all the old shit. It's been out for ages. I very rarely watch their new stuff. It has to be like 2 or 3 seasons in and be like, okay, they're probably not going to cancel it because they cancel things at the drop of a hat. And I would like, if they pick it up, they'd be like, yeah, oh yeah, we'll pick it up. Here's the season. Nah, cut. And no. So Netflix is out for me. I don't see Hulu, which I think is available in America, but which is Disney, owned by Disney everywhere. Like I don't see them picking up. They've got, Star Wars and like a million other things like that. I don't see them wanting a high fantasy show. HBO Max, HBO, whatever the damn thing's called nowadays. I found out a few weeks ago that kept changing names. I didn't even know that. Don't get over here, so I don't bother about it. They obviously have House of Dragon and Game of Thrones and the 500,000 spin-offs to placate the fans for the guy who can't write his own books. They don't need high fantasy. They got that. They're milking that. It's, I don't know. Some people like it, some people don't. I haven't bothered to watch it. Like I don't have HBO, so. Who else you got out there? Like, not really sure who else is out there except for Apple Plus. Now, do I have Apple Plus? No. Have I seen some Apple Plus shows? Yes. I've, some friends and things have shown me Apple Plus shows. And I hear rave things about it. And Dan from winteriscoming.net or .com, I think it's both, he said over there, they're a raging bunch of geeks. They absolutely love like sci-fi and shit like that. And all I can see from Apple is they put out quality instead of quantity. They're a small streaming service, really, in terms of catalog. They don't have many IPs, when you compare to like Netflix and some of the others. And they obviously got money from other stuff because you might have an Apple somewhere around you, people. I'm an Android person. Sorry, Apple. I just always have been. I've tried Apple products and I'm like, I'm lost. Someone help me. How do you navigate this? Because I've never gotten used to it. But they got money, So it's not like they can't afford it. They don't have high fantasy. This has sci-fi elements in it all the time. Like Apple is my pick, and that's what I'm going for. But that was the studio discussion. What can you do to help Wheel of Time? There is, like I said, the Renew What petition has a campaign has switched to a Save What campaign. You can go to savewhat.com and you will find the website there. And on the website, you are going to find this page here. And this is what you're going to land on. This is a landing page. And what can you do? So let's go on and we'll take action. So you click on that take action button there. My mouse is not available for you to see, but it is there. Trust me. You click on that and it's going to tell you what I can do. So you can sign the petition. Okay, so it's a multi-purpose petition. It's going for 3 things, and we'll click on it so you can have a look, folks. Okay, so you fill in your details here, and basically you were sending letters out to Sony and Amazon, and we're asking them to reverse the decision because they have been making it. They know everyone who's involved. We want them all to stay with it. So, that's a part of the prong. And also, we're sending it out to other streaming services, okay, for you to, for them to hopefully, come and join it. And obviously the details are all here. And then you click sign by, all your details that you filled in there. So that's the first thing you do. Secondly, you can make a fan video or you can write a love letter to what? Okay. And those 2 things are, you can literally make a video that says, this is why I love the Wheel of Time. All right. I will be working on one of these myself. Wheel of Time is an immense thing in my life. I don't think I would. I think you can understand that I wouldn't be doing all the things I do for my content if I didn't love Wheel of Time as much as I do. And you can write love letters to Wheel of Time. Now that can be generic to cast and crew. It can be to an actor who truly embodied a character that's changed you in some way or meant something to you incredible. And you can send multiple letters, folks. Multiple videos, multiple letters. And there's been a lot of letters already put in. I asked Omar, who set this up over at What Series. He's the guy behind the tech on this, and obviously a lot of the work as well. I'm not just saying he's doing tech; he does a lot of work. And I said, Omar, like, is there going to be a cutoff for letters submissions? He's like, no, just keep sending them. I'll just keep posting them, and they're also going to go out on the website, but they'll be posted across social media platforms and things of that nature as well. And you can also amplify news coverage here as well. So you can engage with and amplify the news coverage about the cancellation, and especially coverage that highlights the creative success of the show. And click on that so you can actually see what it is. So, for example, here's all. Obviously, it's just the truth now, but it's being updated. There will be all the articles that amplify the news and share those things. For example, Daniel Roman for Winter is coming. This is the other Dan, because I found out the weekend there's 2 Dans. This is Daniel Roman. This is called The Wheel of Time has been cancelled up 3 seasons, and I'm pissed. Fair. Absolutely fair. So go there, folks. All right. Sign the petition. Make yourself a video. Do that love letter to Wheel of Time. Okay. Because it's a really important thing. And as you can see here, there's details about how it'll rate and rank. So if anyone's curious, these are things that official reviewers and such, Collider, Empire, Toy Story, things all that. I hope I've said that right, because I never know how to say that. Their official reviews of the season and things that people are saying about the season here. So, we have Eldon here, Audrey, we've got, come on, click, Kathy, I think, Becky, Sabrina, some of the ones are featured, but you can click and just see a whole range, come on, of these, there we go, testimonials, and just, there's so many. Okay, so if you really want to get inspired or just, feel some love, have a little bit of mental health and hugging, because this fucking sucks, everybody. This is an awful decision by Amazon and Sony. It's absolute lunacy. I don't understand it. I have been extremely lucky through all of the crazy things that I've done, that I've gotten to, go to events. I was invited to the season 1 premiere. I got invited out to Prague for the sets, season 2 set visits and things. I've met cast, I've met crew, not, a wide range of people. I'm not sitting there being like I'm buddies with Daniel or anything. I've never met Dan, but like Taylor Napier, I've met Rafe. I'm friends with, I'm happy to say I've made friendships with some of these people. Some of the crew, who make the level work and stuff. Sharon's team, Rob Goodwin, and that. These there are people that I would count as friends. I've been incredibly lucky. I've been to things. I've got things from events and stuff. I set up a convention. This is a massive part of my life. It's a huge part of what motivates me to get up in the morning is the Wheel of Time. And I am so upset. It's like I say, I had to take the whole weekend to really, just kind of process. But yeah, I know that the cast and crew are absolutely gutted. You can see it all over social media. They're all talking about it. And it's so wrong that it's happened. So There are many things happening aside from those things on the Save What website that I posted, folks. Okay, so you can go there, fill in those details. That's going to be a great start. Keep an eye there because more things will be posted, more actions will be taken. Go and if you're on Discord, that's going to be a great option. So on Discord, there are, there's the movement is kind of centered. Obviously, the site is set up by What Series, and in their Discord server, they set up a channel for all of this action. And it's a busy channel, as you can imagine. We're all passionate. It's a very busy channel. In my own Discord server, I've set up a channel for this, but just for information, because I know for some people, I mean, even I go to the channel a bit, and I'm just like, woof. I popped off to make a coffee and have a sandwich. It was 30 minutes, and there's 88 messages. Like it's busy at times, and it's too much. It's people like throwing things and suggestions and ideas and stuff out there, and I love that energy. Please keep that energy up, folks. But I know for some people it's going to be a bit much, so I put a channel on my own server. If you're not already in there, the link will be in the description to the video, where you can join, and I will be putting up, hey, here's a call to action for something. This is a plan that's going on here. But there's big things in the works, folks. We've looked at other fan campaigns of how they brought back shows, especially how they brought back The Expanse and the crazy stuff they did for that. So there are a lot of great things in the works. So please go and check that out. But in the meantime, folks, you need to be posting on social media, like reposting other people's. Make sure you're following What Series and the big creators, because they will be posting information out as well. And just make the noise. That is, the biggest thing I've heard is make the noise. I've heard a couple of nudges that Apple is the best bet. In my own personal opinion, I agree with that based on what other streaming services and studios have as their IPs. I do think Apple is the best bet. Last but not least, do what a lot of us have done. What I've done, I know Lesbian Nerdy has done. I've seen multiple people talk about this. All right, go and cancel your fucking Prime subscription if you're able to. I understand some people need it for things. There'll be people that I for business reasons or whatever. Like people use it as a marketplace and stuff like that. I get that. But if you're in a position to be like, you know what, I don't need my fucking Prime account, go and cancel it. And when they ask you why, put in there because you fucking cancel the wheel of time. Idiots, absolute idiots. And I'm talking like the people who've actually canceled it, because I know people who work at Amazon. I know people who are contracted to work at Amazon and stuff like that. And they're wonderful people. They're really nice. I'm talking like the people who are just like, nah, cancel that. Those people, idiots, morons, stupids. Okay. I am manifesting that years down the line, when we've had multiple seasons and it's a huge success and everyone raves about it, that the people who have just now sat down and gone, do you know what? Let's not renew this for another season. Let's cancel the highest rated TV fantasy show in 11 years because it's, quote, too expensive. And I'm sorry, but one of the two companies involved has more money than absolute gods. I hope that they're going to look down the line and be like, well, we're as stupid as Blockbuster when they decided not to go with how Netflix were doing streaming, were doing movies at that time. Not to say they go out of business, although maybe it wouldn't be the end of the world. Not actually wishing people to be out of a job. But, I hope they feel that foolish down the line. Or maybe as foolish as Matt Damon, as he likes to say in interviews, and I love Matt Damon, but he does like to say, you will never find anyone in Hollywood who passed up as much money as me in a contract, because he actually turned down David Cameron to play the main role in Avatar, and it went off to I forget the guy's name, the main character now. I'm really sorry. Sam Worthington. And it went to Sam Worthington instead. Cameron went to Damon and said, "Come be my main guy. I'll give you a cut of the movie." And Damon's like, "I'm doing the Bourne post-production. It's really heavy. I can't fit on my schedule. I'm gonna have to turn you down." And he turned him down. Obviously, turned down like one of the biggest money-making movies in history. And he like it was the right decision for him at the time, but also a little bit like, regret that. And I want Amazon and Sony to feel that way when they see how incredible and awesome this show continues to be, because I'm just manifesting someone else picked up. And I'm gonna keep promoting this. I'm gonna be talking about this a lot. It's gonna be on my YouTube videos. It's gonna be on TikToks. It's gonna be on my podcast. I'm gonna mention it. I'm gonna you know, try and get on social media regularly. I'm going to be part of the actions. I'm going to help out where I can. I hope you're able to as well. We need to make a lot of noise, people. A lot of noise. I keep making noise. I keep saying that in this episode right now, and I'm just going to keep saying it because, you know, it's the best. It's such a great show, and I don't know. People say this, and I haven't met everyone. I haven't met all the crew. I haven't met all the cast, obviously, but I haven't met a single one of them that isn't absolutely in love with making this show. They're like, it is incredible. They love the material. They love what they're making. They love the people they work with. It's, you know, huge friendships and collaborative work and supportive networks on each other. And they pull the most incredible things together on, frankly, for what they're making is a shoestring budget, Amazon. You want to cut it? It's a shoestring budget. Like the things that like Andre had to make as like the set production manager, like moving things here, matching what Sharon creating costumes, what the actors are having to do, what the writers are putting together, like dealing with more words in a story, okay, than are in like 12 other series put together, like including all of the Song of Ice and Fire, all of Harry Potter, the King James Bible. It's like 14 million words, and they are making it into an incredible show, which they absolutely adore. And they deserve it. And I could just keep ranting and ranting and ranting. Share everything about it. Flood the networks. Flood everything. And if you are watching and you work at Apple, please, I would take a phone call. I would take an email. I will talk about this. Or if you know someone who does, send them my way. You know, because I don't know. Apple feels right. Like I love what they're making. The things I have seen are amazing. What I hear about the rest of the things I haven't heard, also amazing. You know, Dan's like, yeah, please, somebody. And lastly, anybody who's worked on the show, cast, crew, and you've watched this, you stuck around with me yelling at the camera, because that's what I'm doing a lot of. And yeah, I want to say thank you. Just thank you, because is the show perfect? No, of course the show's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. All right. But the obstacles that have been overcome and the things they've gone through and what they've given us and the stride they hit in season 3, it was, you know, I don't cry on like watching television. I've cried in the movies. I've cried reading books. But like it's extremely rare that television makes me cry, if I'm honest. You know, I'm just like, oh, that was a bit moving. Oh, that was quite sad. But I don't actually like cry, you know, and this show's had me in like buckets of tears and screaming and yelling at things. Like there's only ever one other time I've seen stuff and yelled and screamed, okay, and that was fucking Endgame in the cinema, you know, and it took Captain America picking up Mjolnir for me to do that. And I just, you know, that's what this has done, and I want to say thank you for that, because it wouldn't have been without all of you doing that. So, yeah, this has been a much longer video than I expected. I can't believe how long I've sat here. I'm sorry. Thank you if you've stuck around. I really appreciate it. Like the video, comment your feelings. It's hug each other in the chat, folks. And if you're gonna turn up and be like, oh, I got cancelled, or you know, you're just gonna come in here with vitriol and some sort of superiority because you didn't like the show. You're like, I'm very handy with that block button. I'm not afraid to use it. So bring it. I don't care. You'll be gone. So the comment section will be full of love and joy and all of us commiserating with each other and sharing ways that we can go and save wheel time. Because it's going to be a thing. It's a thing. I've just decided it's going to happen. Like, not just now, but I'm like, it's done. I've decided that it's going to happen. I will not entertain any other nonsense on it. So, yeah. Go to all the things, likes and subscribes and follows, and, you know, please just, yeah, share the video, because we want this information going everywhere. Let's make sure everything be flooded with Save Wheel of Time. So, and hopefully the next video is a little less ranty and a bit more, here's what's happening. But I hope that's a good start, folks. And any questions, throw them in the comments and I'll reply to them as best I can.